Hello, and welcome to the, for now, final Space Marine painting video. So the last one is going to be Imperial Fists. I've always been a fan of yellow, like yellow and orange is kind of my jam. But yellow is notoriously difficult to get a decent result out of. So, speed paints. See a lot. Anywho, yellow from the army painter. And see, that's what I love about the base color is you can basically just slap it on there. It's in the name. It's base. So that's exactly what I do. Try to avoid too much pooling. The army painter speed paints are fairly wet, so a lot of it will drip completely off the model. I have some awesome rings on my table now from where they were drying, illustrating exactly just that. So I decided to go with the Demon Red from Two Thin Coats for the emblems on the chest and for the rims on the shoulder armor thingamabob thingy. And again, trying to be careful not to hit the parts that have gotten contrast on it, because it's hard to fix and make it look good. It's quite obvious that someone has fixed something when you're using contrast paints, and especially when it's a lighter one, because you can't just add more contrast paint on top. It will shine, like your mistake will shine through. So, and that's pretty much not what we want. Glossy black from Vallejo for the joints. Yeah, you know the drill. Just kind of poking around, and you can see I made a massive mistake on his leg, so that's going to be fun. Next I use morphing brown for the satchel and pouches and gun holster and all that good stuff. And learning from my previous mistake, I used Avalon Sunset to fix my mistake, and that worked out pretty well. I just thinned it down and spread it out so that so it wasn't that obvious that that a new layer of paint has been added here. I kind of thinned it out and spread it all over the foot, so it's not that obvious. Anywho, lead Belcher for all the metal parts, and here's my hand. On the gun and on the jetpack. And next it's Doom Death Black from Two Thin Coats, and I do that for the gun, the parts that aren't, well, you know, metal. The thing is that even though you can do pretty awesome things with Space Marines, they are kind of tedious to paint. A lot of Games Workshop's models are almost too complicated with too many details for me, and I kind of get stressed out, but the Space Marines are actually the opposite. Anywho, mummy robes for the paper, and blood red from scale 75 for the sigil. Almost, you can almost see it. Jesus, I need to practice. Anywho, Agrax Earthshade for the satchel, pouches, things, and the gun holster, and also the parchment from the hanging from the sigil. Yes, lovely jubbly. Looking good. And then I do the sponging thing, this time with the deep yellow from Vallejo. And I try to Just to add some interest, a bit of variation, I just kind of dab it on. It looks like I'm pushing pretty hard, but I'm really not. It's a very soft sponge, and it leaves very little paint behind. But I think it adds some interest. Next, it's a Stormhost Silver, and that's for the head and the buttons on the bags or satchels. Satchels is what you put on a horse. Why do I keep calling it a satchel? It's not a satchel. Satchel bag. Jesus, I'm sorry. Anywho, silver for the buttons. Why did I call it a satchel? And then it's scrag brown for highlighting the gun holster and the little pouches. Pouches? That's what a kangaroo has. Jesus. I need a dictionary. Anywho, just a light highlight. Light highlight. And next it's time for some null oil. And that's for the entirety of the gun. And apparently a little bit for the chest armor as well. And some blood red for the eyes. I decided on that because the contrast with the yellow was kind of cool. And I didn't want to go green. I considered going blue, but I'm actually happy with my choice. It looks fairly decent. And then we do some Asian gray for the gun. Again, just a light highlight, nothing special. Demon red, just to clean up a little bit. And finally, we do some red tone, just to highlight the armor plating. Yes. And then I'm done. And somehow I managed to completely overlook the texture paint that I, by accident, had added on the gun. It was such a tiny little splotch that I didn't see it until editing the video. So, yeah, I have scraped that off now, and it looks better. Anywho, if you for some reason enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will hopefully see you for another upload. If there's something specifically you want me to tackle, let me know. Bye.